What is going on, guys? We are back with another video today, and we're doing another career resimulation on, well, Madden 21. But this time we are doing Mr. Timothy Tebow, the man himself that disappeared almost immediately. I still remember the playoff game where he threw the first play touchdown in overtime to Demaryius Thomas, and that's kind of all I remember from Tebow. I ain't even gonna lie, but obviously, seems like a good dude. Looked like a fun player. College football legend. And of course, a guy that everyone loves to use in Madden when he comes into Ultimate Team, or, you know, if you play with a unique roster on franchise, whatever it may be. So, definitely feel like a guy that I wouldn't say would have a chance to compete even now, or, you know, if he redid it 5, 6, 10, 40 times, it would have worked out. But it's still a fun one for me, and I think you guys are going to enjoy it as well. Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, to be fair, we haven't had one where it's like the player just sucks, but we have done a lot of quarterbacks, so we wouldn't be able to know. I'm trying to think of a position that maybe they would sell, like a pass rusher. Like, is there like a pass rusher? Ooh. Nah, Michael Sam, like, I'm not going to give special privileges. Like, it's almost like discriminatory to give him one just because of, you know, being gay. You know, I don't know. Like, I don't feel any sort of way. Like, I feel like he was almost drafted because of it, and, you know, I don't feel like even he would want to be drafted for being a certain way, or, you know, you wouldn't want to be not drafted for being a certain way. Do you really want to, you know, not deserve something? I don't know, dude. We're going on a very touchy topic here, but I don't know. I want to do a pass rusher. Maybe there's someone, like, I'm trying to think. Like, who would be a good... J.J. Watt? We could do a J.J. Watt one, because he had a lot of injuries, and, you know, even now he's potentially and probably a Hall of Famer. What could he have done if he never got injured? You know, maybe a J.J. Watt. Let me know if you guys have any positions that aren't super obvious that you would like to see a redo of. Maybe Sue or something. I don't know. But, of course, let's get to... not the draft. I want to see the combine... Oh, we're not going to see his 40 time because we started at the Super Bowl. So Tim Tebow, we don't have the combine grade, but I'd imagine it's very close to what he actually performed as. We have everything correct here. I did not actually change his face, in fairness. I did not change his face, but I can do that now. Now, the thing is, it wouldn't be completely unrealistic to say that the Broncos would be the team to end up actually taking him. So, of course, the Jets with just a right, what is it called, left field draft pick there. That just doesn't make any sense. But you never know who, once again, is on the top of people's boards. Kyle Pitts seems to be going to the Bengals a lot here for our Sims, and it makes sense. They could use wide receiver help. They could definitely use tight end help. So, I mean, you can kind of 50-50, decide what you want to do. Whoa, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, that was close. And it's Farley. A lot of quarterbacks still on the board. Where is Tebow going to go? Is he going to be a second rounder? Maybe Tebow goes to the second round to the Broncos. I don't know if this draft class just has the quarterbacks ranked really low for Dev, but this makes no sense that this is happening. Like, Fields and them are still there. Fields at 24. Okay, dude. Sure. The freaking Chiefs would have taken him at 32. Like, what a joke, dude. This may actually take a while. I guess these teams, they know better than the real-life Broncos did. I really thought that was going to be Tebow. Tebow's still there, and he's a Detroit Lion. Okay, that makes a decent bit of sense, but, you know, once again, it doesn't really matter because he goes way later than he should. An absolute steal and a half, obviously, considering. So let's do a little draft recap of the Teebster. I don't care what his face looks like. Honestly, it is what it is. It doesn't look far off of him, but it's not super close either. 6'3", we already know about all that stuff. These are the accuracy and running rating. So 93 throw power, 74 deep, 78 medium, 82 short, 78 awareness, 77 throw on the run, 74 play action, 75 under pressure. Could have maybe even put the break sack above 84, but that's still solid. Maybe made him a little too fast. I'd say maybe 86 speed is fair, but a little bit lower in the Excel, a little bit lower in the agility. But once again, those are not going to matter. Definitely jukey, definitely strong. It's not going to matter anyways, though, obviously, because it is Madden. You know, the guys don't run. Even Lamar Jackson doesn't run that much. We gave him scrambling QB type, leader, personality leader. Makes sense. Trigger happy. Yeah, makes sense. Aggressive force passes, makes sense. Predictable player, and then disciplined penalty trait, which makes sense to me. And then as far as his development trait goes, I did end up giving him star development trait, as I think that, once again, makes the most sense. And Jalen Waddle to the Lions. I like that. All right, so this is going to be an interesting situation, but I want to let it play out. Of course, we know about the trade with Mr. Jared Goff and Matthew Stafford, which is going to put Tebow at the number 2 spot. Maybe that means Tebow gets a late start and he does become the starter. Maybe it becomes, Tebow leaving the team after sitting for too long. I don't know, but you trade for Jared Goff, you definitely at least let him play the first season, especially since you took Tebow all the way in the 3rd. Next season, though, just based on overalls because of youth, maybe Tebow's already a higher overall. Maybe Goff plays badly. We'll see. This is an interesting one. I'm going to let it happen. Of course, year 1, no playoffs for the Lions. I don't blame Jared Goff. I don't obviously blame Tebow. He didn't play. Jared Goff, 4,000 yards, 27 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Rushing Swift, just like in every sim I ever do. Pretty lackluster. Receiving Hawkinson, that should be superstar. Jalen Waddle, most likely already superstar based on where he was drafted. Defensively, fair enough. These seasons that don't go well, we usually don't take a look at the stats too much. But since it's the first year and we're in a unique situation, we'll take a look if any awards were won by the Lions, which unlikely was the case. The Super Bowl between the Saints and the Browns is a result of the Browns winning. Shocker, yay. Holy crap, look at this draft. Josh Ramirez, okay, he's normal development, but he's still really good, obviously. The traits are solid overall. 80 overall. I didn't even know it could go that high, especially for a defender. I thought only running backs get to 80 plus. That is absolutely insane. All he has is bull rush, but another normal development trait player, but a good pick. 72, a good pick, obviously. Jimmy Ratliff, not a bad pick. DT again. They try to double dip, and it did not work off. Ben Davis, okay, now you're starting to get a little depressing with these ages as well. So maybe should have addressed O-line, maybe should have addressed receiver, maybe middle linebacker, but they landed 2 really good players. 3 if you count the free safety, which I do. All right, so the Lions go 8-8, which is definitely a better season, and it looks like Tebow actually started just under 4,000 yards, 32 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Call me crazy, but I feel like that's already more stats than he had, or better stats than he had in his entire real-life career. I mean, I'm not going to judge him, but, I'm kind of judging him. It's not great. Probably, I mean, it's not a bad season here, but in real life, that probably would have been good enough for Rookie of the Year, which would have definitely given him a huge boost. Tebow at number 4 for Offensive Player of the Year. Not bad. Could put him up on the list at QBs. Not even close. Number 6. His rushing numbers weren't that good, right? I mean, like a couple hundred yards and like a touchdown. I feel like Brady could pull that, and he definitely couldn't, but Saints versus Titans. The winner of this one is the Saints. Draft picks weren't bad, but they were all normal. This running back, 23 years old, 76 overall, super burner. Look at all those traits. He looks solid. I mean, he's literally a receiver. What's his height? Do they intend him to be a receiver? No run blocking, but like 47 release. How are you going to not give us the op? Come on, EA. How are you going to make him such a good receiver, but you can't use him as an actual wide receiver? Come on, man. And playoffs missed again, and they were 9-7. At one point, they were 5-3, so I guess they kind of continued that trend, but losing the last 2 games, knocking yourselves out of the playoffs. Tim Tebow, 4,200 yards, 35 touchdowns, 17 picks. Very solid. Did he go to Superstar? He did not. I was just going to make sure. Swift, once again, he's just not it. He's just not the guy. You got to move on. Winner of the Super Bowl between the Giants and the Browns. Once again, another Browns win. The only guy they dropped that's hidden is a 62 overall guard, but they already moving on from quarterback Tim Tebow. I mean, he looks very solid in fairness, but really? All right, assuming Tebow's still here. What? I was just about to hey, what's going on? And they make the playoffs after a 7-9 season. What is this? How do you go 6-2 and then you lose every game outside of one for the rest of the year? Hey, I mean, they made it, so what can I really say about it? Tim Tebow, 3,700 yards, 28 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. Definitely the worst season so far. And yeah, there's really not much to show. I mean, you can't even see the coach. He's so disappointed and embarrassed he's out of here. Going against the Bears for the playoff game, it is obviously, well, I mean, I can't really say obviously a loss. A 12-4 Bears team barely won. Barely. Wow, like and subscribe if you like funny. Trubisky still, oh, wow, really? I bet you he wishes that. 7 years, 8 years in the league. Yikes. Tebow, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, 276 yards. Rushing, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's going to happen. It's pretty expected. It's really strange how they went from, 8-8, looked really good last season, or 9-7 actually. 8-8 was before that, I believe, to 7-9, blowing a really, really good looking season. Jets versus Rams. Okay, this is an interesting one, and the Rams win. I will say the Rams have a better chance of doing so in real life than the Jets do. Is Stafford still a Ram? He's not. They go with Jamie Newman. Oh, the Lions finally go into linebacker. A little bit on lower on the older overall side, but obviously hidden development, so pretty much automatically a win. And his development is star, so, not the greatest of wins, but a win is still a win. Did Tebow become superstar this season? Or did we... It must have been a season before, because he's a superstar now. Okay, I mean, sure. The Lions go to 8-8, and guess what? They miss the freaking playoffs. How was this season? Big losing streaks, once again, but I suppose you can't win, lose, so it is... Wait, was that the Bears at the bottom? Yo, things move quickly in the NFL. Tim Tebow, 3,900 yards, 25 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. Why is Swift still here? Why is Swift still here? Super Bowl between the Giants and the Colts. The winner is the Colts. The Giants have tried and tried and tried. So close, yet so far away. Not a bad draft. No hidden from the top 3, but there is one at the 4th spot, so... not a bad draft. Playoffs time. Tebow, I believe, is still the quarterback. They're 9-7. Here it is. It probably isn't, but there's another chance at least. Glad to see him back. And man, Dan Campbell really has not wanted to show his face throughout this thing. And Tebow, who's already superstar, could be moving his way up to X Factor at 28 years old. DeAndre Swift, I mean... He's a sub 4 yards per carry back. I'm not sure why you're still invested so much into him, but hey, do what you want. I don't care. Tebow at number 6 in the entire league as far as NFC number 2. As far as any other stats go, makes himself a Pro Bowler. Finally, some sort of award for him to take home to his family. Looking at the first game, and of course, in typical career resim fashion, the first game is all we get to see. Let's take a look at the stat line, though, from this game. Tebow. No. God, wow, hilarious. He did have a rushing touchdown, but obviously he appears to have sold the game. Ravens versus Cardinals. The Super Bowl winner is the Ravens. That'd be kind of a refreshing one, right? Holy bust. Yikes. This is their first-round pick. He's an absolute bust. He's terrible. If he's 6'8", I think he's bad. Come on, dude. What is this? Well, maybe if he's 6'8", put him at tight end. Well, you can still probably put him at tight end. It's kind of heavy. I don't know, dude. Yeah, not very good. Definitely not their best draft class. To the playoffs and the Lions. You can come out now, Dan. You're impressive. Back-to-back playoff seasons, and you got a bye week. Come on. Of course, win the first game, lose the next 3, but went on a pretty nice run, of course. The Broncos, you lose to them, but maybe this team already knew that they were going to be a Super Bowl or bound team or a bye week team. Did he get to Superstar X Factor? He did not. That's a little bit of a rough one. An okay season as far as rushing goes. Over 4 yards per carry finally for Swift. Joel Bow takes all the touchdowns. And speaking of Bow, Tim Tebow with 270 yards and 3 touchdowns, putting him at very close to 5K and nearing 40 total touchdowns. This is obviously their best chance so far, maybe even their only chance to win a Super Bowl. Going up against the Green Bay Packers, 8-8 Green Bay. They do win the game, finally get one. Going against the team they lost to last season, they win that one as well. And we're headed to the Super Bowl. You already know we're coming in to watch this one. The Ravens, who just got done winning the Super Bowl, 89 overall, versus the Lions, who are 87 playoff team that hasn't won other than this season in a while, and they're obviously hopeful themselves. Can Tebow do it? Out the gate, Baltimore dominates. The Lions drive down, but they can't finish it. Defense holds, gets a touchdown. They give up a touchdown, 21-7. It's not looking good right now, going up against the defending champions of the world, 14-21. 28 points now for Baltimore. This has become a bit of a close one. Detroit drives down. They can't do it. It's going to be a 7-point game, 30-yard line, and Detroit does it, but can the defense hold? They can, and we're headed to overtime, 31-all. Detroit gets the ball first. They're looking okay. On 3rd and 2, they run. They cannot go for a field goal. They punt the ball. Baltimore has a chance. They get stopped. Lions get another shot at it. Tim Tebow throws the game-losing interception in the Super Bowl. Wow, what a game. And, of course, it finally came down to the defenses. Man, Tebow, you can't sell like that. It was such a good game for him, and then he throws that interception. It would have been one of those kind of all-time performances, perhaps. Damn, son. Really good match to watch, though. Obviously, unfortunate they didn't win, but at least Tim Tebow got there, and the Lions got there. That was close. That was a close one. Potential chance at X Factor. I'm not 100% sure. I don't even know if he's even going to be here. And he is not Superstar X Factor. Well, then again, he could be. I mean, he definitely doesn't have it, but he could be re-signed or let go here. I'm not sure exactly what his contract is like. He's in 93 overall, 30 years old. I can't imagine he'll progress too much more, maybe 1 or 2 more points. Obviously very solid outside of play action, which, I don't know, actually deep as well. He's got a cannon for an arm, but can't throw it deep. And Detroit makes it to 3 straight playoff seasons. Tim Tebow regressing a little bit in the talent department. Finally, thank you. Not that this is probably the best choice to replace him, but something's got to give here in Detroit, as Detroit is going to be playing against the Giants. Not a good track record here, as the Giants have been dominating the NFC. They do win against them, though. Carolina this time, a loss, unfortunately. Headed to the Super Bowl, the winner of the Super Bowl between the Raiders and the Niners is going to be the Raiders. Playoffs, and Detroit finally doesn't make it at 8-8. They were kind of dropping a win every season, just like Tebow's dropping a couple of touchdowns every season. Deion Flowers, a new running back, even worse than Swift. I apologize. I guess should have brought Swift back. Maybe we convert Tebow to running back for them. I don't know, but failed season, kind of a waste. Jets versus Vikings. The Vikings have a shot, and they do. They end the drought. 0-4 turns to 1-5. Actually, no, it's 1-4, right? Do you what? Yeah, win-loss. Yeah, okay. Pick 19, they dropped a really, really good corner, but once again, as far with Madden goes, it's another normal development trait draft class. And here the true Detroit Lions come out. Tim Tebow looking like maybe even his whole career could be coming to an end here. Jalen Waddle, I want to see these stats, by the way. You got to take a look at those. Jalen Waddle looks to have a pretty damn prolific career. Oh, maybe not as good as I thought. Just like barely better than Hawkinson. Interesting. Super Bowl victor is the Cardinals over the Browns. Thank God somebody took out the damn Browns. They draft a new running back who looks really good. That guy should be a day one starter and probably will be. Tyler Huff, maybe drafting Tebow's replacement here. And, I mean, no hiddens, but not a bad draft class at all. To the playoffs, and we have ourselves a playoff season, and it would appear that Mr. TJ Hawkinson is looking to retire. Can the Lions get him one last chance? Maybe give him a ring to work with. The most consistent offensive player they've had. Maybe even most consistent player they've had so far. Let's see if he can do it. But anyways, let's take a look at the stats. Of course, Tebow definitely turning around a decent bit. Will Day, the rookie, already 4.0 yards per carry. So, it's done, Swift. Oh, man. Playoffs against the Cardinals, who, in fairness, did make a Super Bowl trip and win. That's unfortunate, as TJ Hawkinson is going to retire without a ring, and a very disappointing way to retire, as they don't even come close to even visiting the Super Bowl, let alone winning it. At least they got one visit, I suppose. Jets versus Panthers, the winner of this one. Could we finally see the Jets win? We cannot. Oh, Tebow's gone. I don't know if he's retired. I don't think he would have. But let's take a look. That would be pretty premature in my opinion. Oh my, look at the Jets O-line. Not that they're amazing players, but they lose 3 linemen, left guard, center, and right guard. Safe to say those guys are not running the ball anytime soon. Well, freaking well. I had the Tebow in a Lions uniform ready, but bruh, I got the chance to get a Denver Tebow thumbnail that isn't clickbait. I'm gonna do it. I'm going to do it. How old is Tebow now? He's got to be like 34 here, right? I'd imagine around 34. What overall were they? I kind of just glanced. Okay, maybe he's got a chance. Fair enough. Maybe he's got a shot. Tim Tebow wearing that Broncos uniforms. We obviously got to take a look. They got a really solid. Their wide receivers are good, but the top 2 are getting on the older side. So, you know, if you're going to make something happen, make it happen now. I suppose that's kind of what they're doing here is Tebow is on the older side, like we said. How old was he actually? I kind of skipped over. I guess 35. 34, fair enough. And on the Broncos, Tebow, I mean, it's not like it was his fault, but they went 4-12. I mean, I thought their receivers and everything looked good enough to, you know, maybe do better than that, but I guess not. And at 34 years old, this party's, you know, slowly coming to an end here. Tampa versus Cleveland. Shocker, Cleveland's back. And Tampa wins. The only time I'll be rooting for Tampa to win a Super Bowl. And that Tebow play, unless he retired, was literally a 1-year deal. They are already done with him. So maybe I, you know, not technically clickbait, but kind of, right? Maybe a little bit. Mac Jones getting another shot, apparently. Where is Tebow? 85 overall. That overall has dropped tremendously. The difference between Superstar and X Factor is massive as we are now moving to Green Bay to take a look at if Tebow has another shot at it. All right, like I said, the team doesn't look super promising, but Tebow has an 86 overall. Apparently got an upgrade points. Deontay Harris, yeah, it's not looking very good at all. I mean, if we make the playoffs with this team, I'm definitely going to have to show you guys we didn't cheat because you can be thinking, oh, well, you made the Packers look good and all that. Trust me. The horse I have in this race would be to protect Rodgers' career, as I obviously am the gatekeeper. Tebow taking this trash team to the Super Bowl would kind of, you know, make me feel bad. Oh, come on, dude. He makes the playoffs with this team, but the Broncos he can't. Oh, that is such a joke. But let's take a look at his season anyways. 4,000 yards, 25 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. I mean, this is not a team that should be in the playoffs. And knowing them, they'll make the Super Bowl somehow magically. Let's take a look at how bad Sim is. They win the game there. Going against the Giants who've had some success in the playoffs. They win that one. And they're in the Super Bowl. I promise you, I didn't force it. He wins. I promise you. Take a look. No fight even go into the damn games. Oh, Lord. At least Tebow gets another shot. Is he even wearing number 15? He is. Okay. Yeah, fair enough. 84 to their 87. I suppose, you know, it is kind of late in the franchise. Not every team is going to be a super great overall. I would imagine the highest is probably even like an 88, 89. But here it is. Green Bay have a chance to win another Super Bowl in AT&T Stadium. More Super Bowls won there than, you know, than the Cowboys have. Interesting. Of course, back and forth of nothing so far. Tennessee gets a touchdown. Tennessee gets 3. And this Packers offense is performing exactly how I expected them to, as it is 10-0, 17-0. Packers finally get on the board, but this is just a runaway game. Not even close. Sim is so bad, and finally the Packers get exposed for who they are. 27-3. Will Tebow retire on, well, I wouldn't say on top, but will he retire really, really bad performance? As some would say cheeks, just like the Titans running back there. Oh my, that was bad. Let's take a look. Is it going to be a 1 year again? Is it a 2 year? Is he retired? Ooh, okay, it's re-signed. But then again, I think he may have already retired if he was going to. All right, so Tebow, 48,000 yards, 360 touchdowns, 147 interceptions. Yeah, that's kind of the way we're trending towards pretty much every above-average quarterback in the NFL with the way the rules are. Congratulations, NFL. You've ruined history. Well, Tebow's not here. I don't know if he retired, but he's not here. Let us find out. And it would appear, unless he's a free agent, nobody signed him, he has retired. Let's take a look, though. Let's wait till free agency. Let's wait till the season starts, see if he's in free agency, see if he's in the league. But if not, I would assume that means he did in fact retire. Well, Tebow's not in there, so if he's not in there, and we're about to find out if he's not on a team, that means this thing is over. Let's go by strength, because obviously Tebow's going to be strongest, and he is in the league still, you sneaky little beaver. He is on the Falcons. Question is he going to be a starter? It's not that bad of an overall, 81. He could definitely still do some damage with that. Hell, he took the Packers to the Super Bowl, so definitely almost anything is possible at that point. Of course, because he's a lower overall, he's going to go to a lower overall team. He is not starting. How young is this guy? Ooh. You don't bring in Tebow, though, to not play him if they're about the same overall. I'm going to give him the start. I'm going to give him the start. He has Jamar Chase to throw to. Is probably like 15 overall. I didn't even get a chance to look. I'm doing it. I don't care. He lost the first season of his career. We're giving him an extra one at the end. And it doesn't matter. He goes to the Falcons, goes 7-9. Not a bad season by any means, but obviously lacking a bit. Oh, we never looked at his rushing yards, actually, so let's take a look at his rushing yards. So over 50,000 yards, just short of 400 touchdowns. Rushing 3,200 yards with 22 touchdowns. So, put them all together, he's over 40 touchdowns. Nice. These are his stats. So in Green Bay, by far his worst. Well, I mean, Detroit technically had that game, that season, which he didn't really play, and then this one. But technically his worst performance. But he had a Super Bowl trip, even though it was kind of, it wasn't deserved. I don't know. And then this last season, he's kind of iffy. As far as rushing goes, best of his career was, it looks to be almost in Green Bay, right? A couple of his Detroit seasons were pretty good. Any awards? Not many, right? 2 Pro Bowlers, 2 Pro Bowl selections. That's pretty much it. So kind of a lackluster career, but really good stats. Let's take a look if he is still in the league for one final year. I think he'll have one more in him. I think one final year in him. We'll see, though. Vikings versus Ravens. The winner of this one is the Baltimore Ravens. The retirements. Is Tebow on the list? Jordan Love is gone. You think if Jordan Love is gone, that means that Tebow's probably like a year away. I have no idea if he's here or not, but yeah, I mean, we'll take a look again. I think at this point we have reached a spot where Tebow is not good enough to start. Yeah, he's in free agency. Still looks pretty damn good to me, though. I mean, not bad, right? I mean, I'd take him as like a specialty player. Maybe put him at running back, maybe mess around at tight end. I don't know. But, of course, it looks to be the end of Mr. Tim Tebow. We're going to take a look at his retirement, though, because obviously he will be done after this season. And we already know his stats and award, all that stuff, so I ain't worried about it. And there he is. Tim Tebow retires after 15 years in the NFL. That will conclude the career resimulation of Timothy Tebow. He got to 2 Super Bowls, could not win either one. He choked the first one, and the second one, he just wasn't good enough, unfortunately. He was too old for it. And that is pretty much going to be it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you thought of it. Mainly, though, if you have a suggestion for one of these players for career simulations, let me know. If you have an idea for Blast from the Past, let me know. If you have an idea for a series or just something to make the current series we have better, let me know in the comment section below. Regardless, thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys come back for next video. But until next video, see ya!